taxi. CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 from Foxtrot 6, Foxtrot Mexico Tango. Foxtrot 6, Fox Mike Tango, calling on 40 and standing by.
Hi and welcome back to another Tech Minds video. In this video, we're going to take a look at the TRX Duo, which is a 10 kHz to 60 MHz SDR transceiver. Now, what makes this product interesting is that it can run Linux. This means decoding and encoding applications can be ran directly on the TRX Duo itself with no need for an external computer. The TRX Duo is fully compatible with Red Pitaya, and later in the video I'll show exactly what I mean by that and what applications are available. Now, as we're looking around the hardware, you'll notice 2 RX ports and 2 TX ports. All 4 of these ports can be used at the same time. The TRX Duo has a gigabit Ethernet port, a host USB-C port, a UART port and a 5V input, which is in the style of a USB-C socket. So as long as you have a USB power supply that can deliver more than 2 amps, then you're good to go. The USB-C host port can also be used to connect a Wi-Fi dongle, so the TRX Duo can be connected via Wi-Fi instead of an Ethernet connection if required. The TF card slot is where we insert a micro SD card with the operating system. Now, there are a couple of really good SD card images available for free, and we'll go through them in this video, along with the applications that each have. Now, before we start looking at available software, let's take a quick look at the specifications. You can skip this part if you like by clicking the next chapter marker. Now, the TRX Duo features a dual-core ARM Cortex A9 processor, 512 MB of onboard RAM, a 1 GB Ethernet port, and it uses USB Type-C sockets which support a USB Wi-Fi dongle as mentioned a minute ago. However, this is not supplied with the TRX Duo, but they are available cheap from places like Amazon and eBay. Now, the TRX Duo features 2 RF inputs, both of which are SMA sockets. Now, these have a sampling rate of 125 million samples per second, and the ADC has a 16-bit resolution. The TRX Duo inputs also feature an HF transformer, input protection, and a DC voltage isolation transformer. Now, the 2 RF outputs are also SMA sockets with a sampling frequency of 125 million samples per second. The DAC, or digital to analog converters, support 14-bit resolution. The RF output power is around 1 volt peak to peak, or 4 dBm, or around 2.5 milliwatts. A standard load impedance of 50 ohms is required and will be found on most antenna systems of this nature. So let's take a look at the first of 2 SD card images that we'll look at. The first is from a guy called Pavels, and he has compiled a really easy to install set of apps for the TRX Duo or Red Pitaya. First, we need to head to his GitHub page and then download the latest release. Once downloaded, we need to uncompress the archive file. Now, once uncompressed, we simply copy and paste those files from the archive to a freshly FAT32 formatted micro SD card. We can then go ahead and insert the SD card into the TRX Duo, attach an Ethernet cable that goes off to your home network, attach an antenna or 2, and then power on the TRX Duo. The files on the SD card contain not only the Alpine Linux operating system, but also a set of applications that can be used on the TRX Duo. Now, some of the apps are standalone and some of them require external software which runs on your computer. To access the menu of these applications, you use your web browser and point it to the IP address of your TRX Duo. You can either use an IP scanner tool or just log into your home router and see which IP address has been assigned to the TRX Duo. So the first application we'll look at is option number 3. Now, this is SDR Transceiver compatible with HPSDR protocol. Once you click on this, the application will load within the TRX Duo. Now you can load up software like PowerSDR on your PC, and you'll have 100% SDR transceiver covering all of the HF handbands.
Golf Kilo contest. India Kilo 1 Radio Golf Kilo contest. when the British nets are not hearing each other.
And that would be quite handy at times. That has happened in the past. Or in 6JG used to do that.
So we use a full license call, and we can use all bands, but...
The physically operator using that call has to be there also, so you can use the call on the supervision. I'm going to enjoy the qualification from Formula 1. Wish me all the best, hope to catch you again. Golf 8, Alpha X-Ray Zulu, Papa Delta 8 Radio Whiskey. Cheerio, Dave. Okay, Roy, you're 10...
Mike Tango calling on 40. CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 from Foxtrot 6, Foxtrot Mexico Tango. Foxtrot 6, Fox Mike Tango calling on 40 and standing by.
Transmitting with the TRX Duo is also possible using PowerSDR or any other application that supports the HPSDR protocol. However, there are a couple of things you need to remember and bear in mind when using this as a transceiver. So firstly, the RX and TX ports are separate, so you would either need to use a separate receive and transmit antenna or make your own kind of switch box. Secondly, the output power is only around 2.5 milliwatts, so for SSB voice, you'd probably need a power amplifier of some kind. And thirdly, there appears to be no real band filtering, so adding passband filters will be a must if you're amplifying the signal. Now here's a quick demo of me using PowerSDR transmitting into a dummy load from the TRX Duo and then receiving it on my FTDX10 radio.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is Mike 0 Delta Quebec Whiskey. M0 DQW testing. M0 DQW testing. M0 DQW testing. M0 DQW testing. M0 DQW testing.
Now using PowerSDR, you can also monitor two bands at the same time. So here's an example of listening to 40 meters and 20 meters at the same time.
5 and 5, 5 and 5. Bye-bye.
Now talking of multiple receivers, the TRX Duo is actually capable of listening to 8 bands at the same time, and the WSPR or Whisper application makes good use of this. The Whisper application is a standalone application and does not require a computer to continuously operate. You just need to configure the config files before running the application. Once running, you'll be able to listen on 8 bands simultaneously for Whisper transmissions and then automatically upload them to the Whisper network. Within SDR_transceiver_WSPR, go in and edit the decode-WSPR.sh file. Enter your call sign and locator at the top of this file and then save it. The next file to edit is transmit-WSPR-message.cfg. Edit this file with your details, starting with the transmit frequency at the top and then your whisper message at the bottom. The next file to edit is wspr.cron, and this file only needs to be edited if you want to transmit automatically. Open the file and then uncomment the second line down. The last file to edit is the write-c2-files.cfg file. Here you can choose which bands the TRX Duo will monitor for the Whisper transmissions. That's it. You can now eject the SD card from your computer, put it back into the TRX Duo, power it on, and then from the menu select option 7, which is multi-band WSPR transceiver. Now let it run for a few days or hours and then look up online to see where your transmissions are reaching from and from whom you're receiving. Remember, this is only 2.5 milliwatts, so it's not going to be that amazing on transmit, but with a small amp, it could be very good. Now here, transmissions that I managed to make within the 12 to 24 hours that I had it running. Only a few there into Europe, but not surprising on the power used. Now when it comes to reception, it looks pretty good. We've got the whole of the East Coast of America, lots from Europe, so it's definitely working. But what you'll notice is that it's covering all of the bands that I selected, so it works very well. Now there are quite a few other applications on this particular build, but it would take a month of Sundays to go through them all. So let's take a look at the second SD card image that I mentioned earlier. So this image is an official red Pitaya image, and it's just a case of downloading the image and then writing it to a micro SD card using an application like Etcher. I'll leave a link in the description for all of these SD card images. So once you've written the image to the card and inserted the new SD card, you can then power on the TRX Duo. Using the same process as before to locate its IP address, simply type this into a web browser. Now here you will notice you have a really smart looking menu system. Firstly, if you click on the system icon and then click on the network manager, you'll notice that the current device's IP address is shown. You'll also notice to the right of this area where you could configure a Wi-Fi connection. If I now plug in the USB Wi-Fi dongle into the TRX Duo, you'll see that I'm now able to choose its Wi-Fi configuration. I guess a Wi-Fi connection would be good for running apps which run on the TRX Duo itself, but unless you have a really good Wi-Fi connection, it may be best to stick with Ethernet, especially for when using SDR type applications which stream data continuously to your computer. So if we back up to the main menu, we can see a whole host of applications. Now some of these do require extra hardware to operate, but this gives you an idea of how powerful and versatile this project is. It's interesting that it can act as an LC meter, a VNA, and all sorts of things like oscilloscopes and signal generators. Now there is also an app marketplace where you can enter and then download other third-party apps which install directly onto the TRX Duo. Of course, you do need an internet connection for that to work. As with the last image, there is an app for HPSDR support. This can be downloaded from the marketplace, and then when ran, you can connect to it using software like PowerSDR, as shown earlier in the video.
And we're running 400 watts into that, and also about 10 dB of audio clipping on this old rig. And IC735 is the prime mover here. So the name was John. Over.
Well, there we go, guys. The TRX Duo, which is fully compatible with red Pitaya. Now, if you already own one of these, then please let me know down below what you've done with yours. Have you built it into a main transceiver? I think that's the question that I really want answered. Has anybody done that? Now, links will be provided below if you'd like to know more or if you want to purchase one. Until the next video, take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.